Alright guys, we might get started. I'd like to welcome you all here this afternoon. For the record, our attendances are Timmy Carey, Tim Jones, Brad Hanson and Tim Priest, and myself, Matthew Goad. The project sponsor today, Derek, couldn't make it. Firstly, I'd like to just inform you about the project plan. Now, this is a document that you should have received by email, along with our work breakdown structure and the Gantt chart. The basic outline of the project, as you know, the project has been designed to accommodate the change in aircraft type for one of our major customers, from 767 to A330. The goals of the project are to provide adequate manpower and licence coverage for the customer, provide the required level of infrastructure and logistics planning to cover the transits, and to meet the deadlines. Now, the initial deadline for the project, or the major deadline for the project, is the 6th of December. That's essentially our first transit date with the 330. So if you have a look at your project plans, which you all have a copy of and I've forwarded, along with the work breakdown structure and our Gantt charts, the project plan has the key dates listed there. The majority of those dates are based around training. There are dates based around logistics. I can't foresee there being too many issues meeting the deadline. Mainly, our main constraints are training, and both of those are related to the external providers, being QAC and Delta in Hawaii. Now, we've done some pre-project planning, and within that project plan there's a number of assumptions that we have regarding the transition. Firstly, that the 767 ground handling will be ongoing, so Delta will be maintained as a ground handling contractor. So the majority of their processes and procedures will transfer across to the 330. They're responsible for their trainings, and our main issue around Delta is workplace health and safety. The guys on the floor will continue to work in regards to their operations with Delta. Delta Airlines in the US are the owners of the aircraft. They're being wet leased by Hawaiian. Therefore, everything on the aircraft is Delta related. The procedures, the policies, the manuals, all the parts will be provided by Delta. Delta will ensure that we receive all the bits and all the logistics prior to the initial date. Tim Jones is looking after that, ensuring that does occur. Our existing stores handling and ordering process will also continue in relation to those parts and consumables. Obviously, due to the 7.6, we have an established FAA approved process, and we're going to stick to that. Also, currently we have 6 engineers who hold the Trent 700 on the Airbus. These 6 engineers are all B1 types, so they will be the core group. They're also the six gentlemen that will be going on engine run training. Now, I believe, Kerry, we have through our pre-project planning, our manpower assessment, we're looking at approximately eight engineers to be trained on the Trent 700. These will be trained through QAC. The dates are set and fixed. If you have a look at your project plan, that's all listed there. Also, through the planning phase, we set, obviously, as mentioned, we booked all our training facilities around the set dates. The training facilities are a QAC and Hawaiian in Honolulu. Now, we've also set the required manpower staff at 8, 2 per crew, including the B1.1s, and 2 at the International. The schedule from Hawaiian has already been received too, I believe. Tim Jones, have we got? Yes, so the schedule from Hawaiian's been received. We're looking at Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays, so 4 days a week. We believe with the eight extra trained guys, plus the 6 guys who hold Trent 700, we've got adequate manpower coverage to deal with leave, sickness, etc. Now the project plan is an important document. I need you all to have a good look at that. It essentially details all of your responsibilities and responsibilities around reporting schedules to myself and Dirk. Within that, you'll also find the budget and resources document. It's a fairly small document, and the majority of budgetary requirements are based around the external training, but they're all listed there. So Kerry, if you can have a look at that and let me know if there's any dramas, particularly with the guys who are going to Honolulu. Obviously, Dirk's set the budget requirements around that. However, if there's any issues, then we need to get onto it straight away and push for any changes. We also have within that document a risk management plan. So a few of us, we all got together and as you well know, we sat down and brainstormed any possible scenarios throughout the course of this project and meeting the timelines. So it's important that we have any issues that we refer to that risk management document in the policies and procedures we've put in place to ensure that the budget, that the timelines are adhered to. We've also got communications with our stakeholders and communications within the group. Essentially, I'm going to try to establish a shared mailbox. And this shared mailbox, any emails or information from stakeholders that are in scope or out of scope regarding the budget should be put into the shared mailbox or dropped in the shared mailbox so everyone has access to. Private emails don't have to be. I will have a group email provided so that we can easily communicate between us. Essentially, we're looking at probably a monthly meeting such as this one. So we've got approximately 3 or 4 months before the project ends. So we'll have monthly meetings and also monthly status reports. I'd like to ensure that we're fairly strict with this. So it's important that prior to the monthly status report, I'll send you an email to remind you, just to give you a short spiel on where we're at, any issues that we're encountering at the moment regarding our areas of responsibility. I mentioned before that we had a work breakdown structure and a Gantt chart that was sent to you with the project. Did everyone get that, by the way? Okay, cool. So essentially, the work breakdown structure is just a list of the tasks, the major task and the minor task within each major task. I just want you to have a look at that document and ensure that I've covered all the areas of your responsibility. Anything extra that needs to be added to that, just send us an email in the next week or so, and I'll restructure that and send it back out. Essentially, it's just a guide for yourselves, so we can ensure that all our targets are met. Tied to the work breakdown structure is a Gantt chart, which is essentially just a timeline. Have a look at it. Once again, anything missing or any issues, let me know. The timeline, the start dates are not all that important. The key factors for this project are the end dates. A couple of the timelines, I've just selected start dates based around other parts of the project. Essentially, the logistics side of things is based around Delta Communications and when they're going to be sending the parts. So we're set up prior to those logistics and consumables arriving. The training is the key one. Most of the work breakdown structure tasks around training and the Gantt chart around training, those dates are fixed, both start and finish. We must ensure everything's tidied up prior to the start date, and then at the finish date we must ensure that all the required paperwork is sent through to CASA and the company to allow for the 28 days clearance for the approvals. So Kerry, that's probably the major role for you. So if you have any issues or you need assistance through that, Derek said just to let him know and let me know, and we'll attempt to get possibly maybe Tim to come across and give you a hand with some of the communications around that. So that's essentially the basic foundation and introduction to the project. So if everyone can have a good look at the project plan and let me know of any issues relating to that. And now we might have a bit of a word from each of you. Tammy, do you want to start with with the training side of things. And let me just get this